Hey guys, what's up? This is Teddy aka bearRimshot's speaking. Sorry I'm a day late with this, but either way, let's get on with the special vlog. Only this time, for today's special vlog, I'm going to be sharing what are my thoughts on Star Wars Celebration this year. Now, for those who don't know, back in 2015, I once did a special vlog based off of that subject matter as well. And in case if y'all wondering how come I didn't get to do a Star Wars Celebration vlog last year, let's just say when speaking about last year's Star Wars Celebration, there isn't much to say about it all, other than I didn't get to go to Europe at all this year. So anyways, let's get on with my thoughts. So anyways, in case if you're wondering what do I think about the trailer for Star Wars Episode 8 The Last Jedi, I will say this, that I'm really excited to see what Star Wars Episode 8 has got for me. Hopefully I do get to hear Luke Skywalker have at least some lines this time. Anyways, as for what do I think about Star Wars Battlefront 2 coming out soon, well, all thanks to the return of the Clone Wars, I'm definitely hyped up as hell when it comes to Star Wars Battlefront 2. And when it comes to Star Wars Battlefront 2, personally, after having to hear what Star Wars headquarters has to say about the game, as well as already watching both the teaser and the reveal trailer for Star Wars Battlefront 2, I'm definitely excited about it very much, and I'm so glad that they're going to bring back the Clone Wars. And in case if you're all wondering why it should matter in case you're wondering why do I think it should matter if they should bring in the Clone Wars instead of who does it, well, let's just say, now whenever I hear someone mention of a good Star Wars Battlefront game, I would typically think of as if it featured the Clone Wars and not the matter of who would publish it in. When it comes to Star Wars Battlefront 2, the one coming out soon, yeah, true, it may come from DICE, aka the same people who not only made the last Star Wars Battlefront game that came out in 2015, which sucked, but also famously made the Battlefield games. Now, when it comes to DICE, personally, although I do not mind if they ever did anything with Star Wars Battlefront creatively, just as long as, they bring back the Clone War, they have to include not just the original trilogy, but also prequel trilogy as well as ground and space combat, then I'm fine with that. And even if Star Wars Battlefront 2 may be from DICE, I wouldn't say it's a bad game just because it's from the same people who made the last Star Wars Battlefront game, which only focused on nothing but the original trilogy and the Battlefield games. Saying that Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to suck just because it's going to be from the same people that not only made the last Star Wars Battlefront game that would focus on nothing but the original trilogy, but also the Battlefield series as well, it would be just like saying that, how can I put this? It would be just like saying that, what's a good analogy? Oh, right. It would be just like saying all Nintendo games. It would be just like saying the Nintendo Switch is gonna suck, just because of just because from the same people that brought us the Virtual Boy. When it comes to Nintendo, sure they've made just one bad console with the Virtual Boy, but at least they made better consoles in their lifetime, including the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, and of course Nintendo Switch, which I still haven't tried out yet, as well as the usual Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS, and Nintendo 3DS. And besides, one thing I'm excited about the Nintendo Switch would be of how that I was hoping that I get to see more third-party amiibo figures and the new Super Smash Bros. Games. Alright, Alright, sorry for going off topic, because anyways, so yeah. Anyways, back on the Star Wars Battlefront. When it comes to Star Wars Battlefront 2, even if it may be from the same people who made the last game that would feature nothing but original trilogy, at least it'll be good, all thanks to the return of the Clone Wars, aka the prequel trilogy era, as well as the sequel trilogy era as well, as well as content from episodes 7 and 8. So anyways, and in case if you're all wondering, alright, in case if you're all wondering what do I think about the trailer for Season 4 Star Wars Rebels, I'm actually excited about it as well. As for what are my thoughts on the idea of Disney doing more Star Wars films after Episode 9, well, if Disney was going to do more Star Wars movies after Episode 9, I think they're better off doing nothing but spin-off films. I think they're better off making nothing but spin-off films. So if they're going to continue the story after Episode 9, I think they're better off doing it beyond. It's best to do it not on the big. It's best that they shouldn't do it on the big screen, but instead do it either on the small screen or on pages. Do it either as a TV series or as a video game or even as a book or a comic book. The same way of how things were back during the 90s and 2000s. In similar veins of how that back when Lucasfilm was its own independent company, whenever the people Lucasfilm feel like continuing the story after Return of the Jedi, they would be better off doing it in other forms of media, like a TV show, or a video game, or a comic, or a novel. It's how I personally feel. Now, in case if you're all wondering whether or not I have had any major disappointments at Star Wars Celebration this year, yes, there are two actually. The first one being, of course, although I've tried to go personally, it's a shame that I sadly could not make it, as was during that same weekend, I've personally had to take care of my youngest cousin due to family loss from last year. As for what do I... And also another thing that I'm also kind of surprised to see is that, well, I'm really surprised to see about of how that I have not seen any major announcements regarding to Star Wars joining LEGO Dimensions. Considering of how, I'm not just saying it just because, well, considering the long history Star Wars had with LEGO, but also, I know what some of you are going to tell me. Oh boy, we got Disney Infinity that had Star Wars as well. Well, what if I told you that basically what you're about to say next is going to be nothing but old news? Disney Infinity is gone. Dead. So, accept it. And because that Disney Infinity is now discontinued, not only can there be the possibility that we might see some of our favorite Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars characters join LEGO Dimensions, but also only if there were ever going to be any Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars games coming to the Nintendo Switch, then we could also see amiibo figures for those characters as well. It's a shame that we won't be getting... It's a shame that the Disney Afternoon Collection won't be coming to the Nintendo Switch. However, at least we will be getting a Guardians of the Galaxy video game coming to the Nintendo Switch, as well as a video game adaptation of Cars 3. Which reminds me that another thing I'm also surprised to see would be, of course, it's a shame that I haven't heard of any Star Wars games coming to the Nintendo Switch. And that's all I have to say. Bye-bye. May the Force be with you, always.